Have you investigated, or do you plan to investigate self-inflicted pain?
Yeah, the interesting case, or the cases that I focus on, because I've got this view of what pain is that makes it really complicated, and things like the meaning and all this fit in, means that I spend a lot of time with things like religious pain or the labor pain, and also some stuff about self-inflicted pain. Now, it's hard to know exactly how the pains that are involved with, like, say, for example, cutting, fit with any of the things that we're talking about, with different scenes that involve masochistic pain, right? Because there's different kinds of, there's basically different kinds of pain that happen in different kinds of situations. So you have to, and the diversity of cases on both sides makes it kind of hard to figure out how to square them. Like, for example, many cutters report that cutting doesn't actually hurt. Now, whether or not, what they mean by hurt, that's like, I spend tons of time thinking about. Still don't have any clear sense. But, you know, what they're talking about is the ability of the experience that they have to kind of reintegrate the disassociative feelings that they're having that brings it on. Now, one of the interesting things, things that goes into pain in general, is its ability to destroy a person. You know, to destroy your feelings of being a self, to destroy your feelings of unity. And that connects up with some of the things that was in that last line, that last bit of quote that I read, right? That there's this idea that what you're trying to do is use the pain to destroy and, in a way, liberate and then reintegrate yourself. So that kind of feature of the experience of pain may overlap the two, is a place where the two kinds of cases where self-injury, like cutters, and then masochism may overlap, but I don't know what more to say about it other than it's an interesting place.
I just had a quick question about when you're looking at pain, do you ever look at self-inflicted pain, not like your religious experience, but self-religion?
Yeah.
Because the same kinds of reactions, the focusing, the distract from the world, the kind of going to the altered state, can be achieved by that, but nobody's out there saying, let's not pathologize this.
Right.
And what is your take on that?
Well, you mean on the pathologizing side, or on the?
Well, I guess just in general. What do you think?
Well, in general, it's hard. Excuse me. So here's the. So the general line is, like I said, I'm not sure, just because I've read a bunch about this. In fact, I taught a seminar a couple of semesters back, and we talked for a couple of weeks about this, and I found this far harder to talk about than torture. It's much more, like, very difficult to deal with it. There seems to be a real range of behaviors or things people do that fall under, SIB, self-inflicted or self-injurious behaviors, right? And anorexia is, often gets stuck in there at one point. So the thing that the vast majority of people who are kind of in the main section of self-injurious behavior take themselves to be doing, or what they report that they're doing, is that before they cut or otherwise self-mutilate, they have this feeling of profound disassociation, right? And where they feel as though they feel as though they have broken apart, and that this is an incredibly terrible way to feel, and that they learn that inflicting pain does in fact work to bring it back together. So again, this sort of very bottom level concern that I have, and thinking I have about what's really important about pain as its relationship to the way in which it either, in the relationship to how a person can kind of hold their self together in a way, the way what it means to be a person, that kind of all those ideas are kind of, squishy. It's hard to get a good grip on them. A lot of those get pressured and brought out by thinking about experiences of pain. So the self-mutilation cases where the person is